never loved me, yeah.
Streets ain't never loved me since my brother died. My mother cried, tears in my eyes bleed red. Ain't no love inside. Streets left me dolly, my phone they left it holy. Dawn was in that passenger side when they tried to phone me.
Yeah, you know the streets ain't never love us.
I got locked up, ain't said me nothing, but I'm your nigga. My body numb, I got no feelings for you niggas. I'm from what niggas will shoot you right here in these hallways. If you got trust in that loyalty goes a long way. These size 11s, these pussies can't walk a mile in. They hit my cousin with life and he's still smiling. I been shot, I was left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. You know these streets ain't never loved me.
I been stabbed, I been left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. You know the streets ain't never loved me.
I been locked, I got charged for some shit I didn't do, nigga. You know these streets ain't never loved me.
Caught a case, went upstate, fuck the Jakes, nigga. Yeah, you know these streets ain't never loved me. Streets ain't never loved me since my brother died. My mother cried, tears in my eyes bleed red. Ain't no love inside. Streets left me dolly, my foreign they left it holy. Dawn was in that passenger seat when they tried to fold me. Remind me of my gun, that was real shit, this real spit. Rocks I was selling was smacking them, call it Will Smith. I ain't never told and never folded under pressure. Get him Neek was in that ambulance with me, he was on that stretcher. Niggas tried to take my life, I couldn't tell you who. Many men might not make it, I'm here to tell the truth. Me and Jop, that's my brother, you know we moving tight. Brown boys fuck with the family and I'ma get them that. This my testimony, solid, all the rest is phony. Merrick niggas come at the fam and send your best opponent. I was stabbed, I was left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. I know the streets ain't never loved me. He was shot, he was left with a zipper on his stomach, nigga. You know the streets ain't never loved us. Gang, Merrick shit, Tower music, nigga. Go.
Yo, fan YouTube usage, let's rock out with a night, you heard me? I like this right here. This is grown folks music. Fantasia remix. Let's go.
I had your picture on my mirror. I took that shit down. Finally see that you been a clown. Been holding us down while you fucking round.
Hold on, I'm doing this for the ladies, y'all. For them corny ass niggas that be trying to act like they all that. This for my ladies. Let's go.
Board members. Yeah.
Remember when y'all heard it first? Big Dice.
I had your picture on my mirror. I took that shit down. Finally see that you been a clown. Been holding us down while you fucking round. Nigga, you for the streets. Good thing I kept my receipts. I finally see you know good for me. Now I'm finally living stress-free. Meanwhile, I'm getting my weight up. Got a new nigga that's a layup. You only wanna smoke fucking layup. And I've been needing more than you ever gave us. You ain't been on my mind. Ain't got no feelings inside when I see you.
She said she ain't got no feelings no more. She said when she see him, she not mad.
And now we outside. Don't speak, don't try to say hi when I see you. It's fuck you when I see you. Something was already telling me I can't fuck with you, boy. You niggas be blowing my fucking mind. Got a good girl, but wasting our time. Cause board members.
We doing this for the ladies. Angie Baby said she like this. Yo, vibes, bad vibes, I see you.
I had your picture on my mirror. I took that shit down. Finally see that you been a clown. Been holding us down while you fucking round. Nigga, you for the streets. Good thing I kept my receipts. I finally see you're no good for me. Now I'm finally living stress-free. Meanwhile, I'm getting my weight up. Got a new nigga that's a layup. You only wanna smoke fucking layup. And I've been needing more than you ever gave.
I love this song, y'all. Let's go.
You ain't been on my mind. Ain't got no feelings inside when I see you. I hate when I see you. And now we outside. Don't speak, don't try to say hi when I see you. It's fuck you when I see you. Something was already telling me.
Another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? Knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Man, woman, and children. Sun, moon, and stars. Everything exists, has to coexist within. Like I said, another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? Party people, y'all already know who y'all rocking with the best. Big Dykes the ruler. Been outside since we was drinking Calvin Coolers. I got some shit to talk about today. Another grown folks conversation. I'm doing my content, and y'all know yesterday, shout out to Diamond Shooter. She jumped on the squad. She said she's taking a 30-day content challenge. Shout out to Dog Soldier. He jumped on the squad. He said he's taking the 30-day content challenge. I'm giving a 30-day content challenge. 30-day content challenge. 30-day content challenge. I say 30-day content challenge. Content. Things going on across the world. Things that you think we want to hear about. Things that you feel as though is interesting besides talking about each other. Big Dice is going to stamp this right now. Content is not talking about each other, ladies and gentlemen. That's just running your mouth. That's just running your mouth. If that's the case, instead of getting up on YouTube, wasting people's times like that, because there's a bunch of bored people on YouTube, call one of your homeboys, call one of your homegirls, call one of your family members, call one of your friends, and then talk that bullshit to them. Because when it comes to these platforms, I'm the advocate of advocates, the ambassador of content. Yeah, I gave myself that name. I am the ambassador of content. Anybody feels as though they don't agree with that, I'll accept a challenge. We can do content on anything. Schools, weather, the health system, the streets. We can do content on I Take the Challenge. Now check this out. If you take this 30-day challenge, there's a catch. And if you call me out for the content, there's a catch too. Because we're going to let the people decide. If you fuck up with the 30-day content challenge, no content for 90 days. No getting up on stages. No, just nothing. No shorts, nothing. No content for 90 days. If you jam up and go from content to disrespect, you can't go live for 90 days. Nigga Dog said if it's okay, Dog, he said I'm starting on Monday. Dog said he have a few chews to make over the weekend. But if y'all can hear me crystal clear, I got a great show lined up for y'all, man. If y'all can hear me crystal clear, anybody but a dead body, do me a favor and just let me know, quote unquote, that y'all can hear me crystal clear. If y'all can hear me crystal clear, I can get into this work. I got something for y'all, man. MG, baby! Is in the building, and she said my audio is right, so I'm going to the top. We got the godmother in the building, always a queen, was the first one to get in. She said, peace and blessings, everyone. Salute Dice in the chat. We got my bro Bad Vibes in the building. He here. We got the sister East New York. She is in the building. We got the boy himself, artist Morrison in the building. We got the old head. I'm glad you in here, old head. You ready to take this 30-day content? I want to hear some content, old head. I don't want to hear you with your romantic Julio Iglesias. Hey, baby, you know I love you, baby. Let's go down and get. Nah, I want to hear some goddamn content. If you're paying $45 a month, at least the people can get some content. Angie Baby is in the building. She the one that told me my audio is right. Hey, Miss Tanja. I see you in the building. See if we got anybody else pulled up in the building. Dog Soldier, he here. He was the first. He's here. Hey, Cynical One. I see you. Shout out to DS1. Ross the boss and the lovely visionaries he have over there. Artists say, you good, Big Dice. Let's get into this motherfucking work. Seeing if anybody, okay, cool. So everybody that's here has been shouted out. I got some content for y'all. Y'all feel as though y'all want to support. Because I thought about it. Y'all support a bunch of bullshit. So how about supporting some content? Brooklyn for Life is the PayPal. Cash App, $170 Dice, Brooklyn, with the low life teddy bears up there, if you want to hit that Cash App. Because they're paying for bullshit. So the ambassador has spoken. The ambassador has spoken. You don't see me. ABG, I see you in the building. Old head say, yo, Dice, I just be blowing steam my you. Me not take no blood clot 30-day challenge. You said me I drink my rum, eat my food, burn my spliff, and just bug out. He said, me don't want no 30-day blood clot challenge. I ain't gonna front. I know old head wasn't getting down because that nigga was telling me, yo, Dice, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why you calm down? Yo, kill these niggas. I remember old head was like, yo, kill these niggas. He said, you're an artist when you're in rare form. But I've always been one not to like to get upset. See, because when I get upset, I'm always an extremist. I'm always an extremist. And then when I did that one time, somebody, remember, I got a strike. I got a strike on my channel, but I fought it. Remember that? I fought it, and then I beat it. Something I want to tell y'all. I'm going to be real with y'all right now. Y'all can front about how y'all be moving. I'm going to tell you the honest to God truth. When they gave me that strike, I felt like I disappointed myself. That's a fact, Vibes. That's a fact. I think why Vibes don't even be wasting his time like that. I think it. They really be supporting trash shit. When I first got that indication from that email telling me that I had a strike, I felt like a clown. I'm a grown-ass fucking man. What the fuck is... Well, how come another adult gets to give me a strike against my channel because I wasn't acting like an adult? That shit had me feeling like a clown. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. That shit had me feel like a straight-up clown. And then I found out about the respectable rebuttal and the time space, making sure that if you do have a show that may be a little over-aggressive verbally, if you can prove to YouTube before you did your show, someone said your name. Now, see, there's a catch. There's a catch. If somebody would have done a live and said Damon, it'd have been nothing I could do about it. But the minute they said Big Dice, the minute they put up my picture, my brand, I have a right to do one or two things. I can even strike them for slander, harassment, bullying, whatever you want to call it, or I can give a rebuttal. After them viewing it, they said, nah, Big Dice, we can't give you no strike for that. Can't give you no strike for that. But we're going to remove the strike this time, but we're letting you know that this is the type of behavior that can get your channel affected. You can't go live. You can't get your monetizations. Certain shit I just don't want to go through. El Plug, I see you. I worked hard. I worked hard to build a certain rapport and a reputation on YouTube for what I do. So my 2,400, somebody come snatch that from me, that should make me upset. I'm not gonna lie to you. That shit will make me upset, but it won't make me upset with nobody else. It wouldn't make me upset if somebody else decided to strike me because of my mouth. It wouldn't make me upset if somebody decided to blow my channel out the water because I continuously said their name. That wouldn't upset me. Believe it or not, what would upset me is I did it to myself. What upset me is I did it to myself. When we all get on YouTube, some of us don't, but I'm a nerd, so I've read all the stipulations. I read the things that couldn't and shouldn't and should and will not be allowed on YouTube. And then sometimes we take it upon ourselves to say, we're going to do what we want to do. So when we do what we want to do, there's consequences and repercussions. It's just like in the street. You rob somebody, you might get killed. Or they might go to court, precinct, you might go to jail. Punch somebody, they might punch you back. Unprotected sex, somebody gonna get pregnant. Keep telling you, we don't have no truck. You can't beef because somebody has a truck. GP, I see you in the building. Lunchtime action, I see you. I want to show y'all something right quick. This is how we're going to start this off. You see what they said? So KFC launched a comeback campaign. Check this out. Offering a free bucket of chicken with a $15 online purchase. They're also adding fried pickles to the menu and giving the Colonel Sanders a serious new look. The chain hopes to regain their market share. The reason why they're doing this, hey Keisha, the reason why they are doing this is because their money is down. The money is down. So now all these restaurants, I don't even think y'all understand, a lot of these fast food, their money is down. Their money is down because of the fact, you see, they always got these 2 for $5s or $7 meals or $6 meals, et cetera, et cetera. They're trying to pull you in. First of all, ain't nobody never known no restaurants to give nothing free. But right now, they're trying to devise a plan. They say, you know what? We're going to give you a $15 a bucket of chicken just as long as you spend $15 on an online purchase. You buy something online, you get a $15 online, you get a bucket of chicken. Is it because of this? City Boy Floyd, I see you. He said, it's a no-go, bro. McDonald's got buy one, get one for $1. Yeah, because all them franchises are losing money. But is KFC fucking up because of this? What KFC's DNA test revealed about customers' claim that the chicken tender was a fried rat. Oh, we're going to work today. We're going to work today. Appreciate you, sis. Thank you, East New York. She said, no, I didn't hear that yet. She said, did you hear the judge on Diddy's case? Oh, my God. Y'all heard that? The judge on Diddy's case quit. And see, I'm doing a show later on because I'm talking about what they decided should be the verdict for P. Diddy. They saying that he should just really get some help. Hey, Holly, I see you in the building. But did y'all see this? KFC's DNA test revealed about customer claim. And see, a man went home. He said he got himself a 3-piece chicken tender. Right? Bedrin said when he get to the house, he ate the first two, and he said he took a bite off that one. You see, he said this one right here felt like a different texture. The man said he felt as though that this was a rat. But I will say, the DNA diagnostic says that wasn't no rat. That was just a form of how the chicken was. You know how sometimes the meat slices and pulls, they just kept it together. It was bowed. You know you've done that before. If you fried chicken, it's times which skin be up there looking like it got down figured. Sometimes the skin roll back because of the grease and how it's fried. But fortunately, ladies and gentlemen, smash the like button. That wasn't no rat. But did you hear about the claims about KFC? I don't even want to talk about it. I want to make sure somebody in here better say something to me right now. Hey, Queen Gigi. Hey, Queen Gigi. How you doing? Did you hear about what they're saying about KFC? Anybody? I don't even want to say it first. I want to make it seem like y'all. Have y'all heard about what they're saying about KFC? All right, I'm going to give you a hint. They're saying the same thing about KFC that was just acknowledged about the fast food restaurant Chick-fil-A. That's one of them, Cynical One. That's a fact. GMO poultry. I did a show on this before where they're doing lab-made chicken meat. I did a show on this before. Check this out. I did a show on this before. But the show said that the lab-made chicken meat, they can put into them cans. They can put into that canned chicken that you want to buy for that chicken and pastry in the South. They can use it for that. But they said it has not been proven yet healthy to be what? Consumed and used in restaurants. Yeah, we're going to talk today. Yeah, Cynical One, I can't believe it's chicken. Yeah, East New York. Get 10 seconds, because I'm going to tell you something today about these people. Do y'all know what they said about what's going on with the meat in KFC and in Chick-fil-A? That's a fact. Well, I'm going to tell you what they said. I'm going to tell you what they said. I'm going to give y'all a little quick history right now. Can anybody tell me why KFC is no longer called Kentucky Fried Chicken? Y'all say y'all want to come here for some work. Y'all want to hear something, right? So I'm going to give y'all some work. Do anybody, y'all just forgot about that. See how quick they just fuck us up? See how they mind fuck us? A lot of us don't even remember that it was Kentucky Fried Chicken. Not the abbreviation, not the acronym like LOL, laugh out loud. They done turned Kentucky Fried Chicken into a fucking acronym. KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken. I'm going to tell you why. No, dog. No false chicken. Y'all not ready for this. Y'all not ready for this. Y'all not ready for this. Boom. Boom. That's right, Keish. Because they were breeding chickens without heads. They were breeding chicken with deformities. So you can't call a chicken if it has one leg missing. Y'all ain't pay attention how there was a wing shortage? You ain't noticed there was a wing shortage all over the world? You can't call it chicken if there's a deformity, but you can call it foul bird. You can call it foul bird. Foul. F-O-U-L. F-O-double-L, excuse me. Foul. Because it has deformities. Some of the chickens, check this out. They was hatching them in hatchatories. I worked for a chicken plant. They put eggs, little eggs. They put 100 eggs in each sheet, plastic sheets on top of each other, and then they throw them in these incubator machines. The same machines that keep our babies right. And 6 hours later, all of them are hatched into beautiful little chickies. This is facts. This is facts. I worked for a company. They put them right up in there. You go in there 5.5 hours, 6 hours later. And like he said, some of them born with no heads. Just imagine that. Some of them are born with no heads. Now, see, this is the crazy part about a chicken. I got family from the South that did this. It used to take one chicken 10 months to 12 months to fully grow and turn into a full chicken. Now they fully grown in 4 months. Now they fully grown in 2 months because of the enhancements. That's a fact, East New York. It's all facts, Queen Gigi. I found this out because my cousin used to work at the Kentucky Fried Chicken on Ralph and Atlantic back in the days. And he told me what was going on, how back then, he told me this in 91. In 1991, he was like, yo, cuz they talking about they're going to be having 20 chickens. I didn't understand. I didn't understand the shit back then. He was like, they talking about all the chickens ain't going to be right, but they going to be selling them out the restaurants, cuz. My cousin told me this in 91. But still, nobody told me what KFC and Chick-fil-A got in common when it comes to their chicken. I'm telling you, I'm giving out 10 seconds. East New York, Cynical One, Queen Gigi, Keisha, Dog Soldier, Old Head. I don't want y'all just in here. Nah, y'all gonna fuck with me. GP, somebody about to get a 10 seconds. Somebody about to get a 10 seconds. You know what? I'm gonna play a video first. And if y'all don't give it to me by the time I come back, I'm 10 seconds, everybody. I'm just gonna get on some crazy shit. Fuck it. I'm just gonna get on some mafia shit. I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna do some cartel shit. Everybody gonna get it. Let's go.
You's a bitch ass nigga. That's a fact, man. You's a bitch, nigga. You's a bitch ass nigga. On my soul. On my soul. You a pussy, you ain't shit without that pole. Nothing. You's an internet nigga. You's a
Thank you, Holly. She just saved y'all. She just saved y'all. She just saved y'all.
Bitch ass nigga. On my soul. On my soul. You a pussy, you ain't shit without that pole. Nothing. You's an internet nigga. You's a troll. Let your day ones put their trust in you when you told. You's a bitch ass nigga. You niggas mutts. You be out here pillow talking to these sluts. Crazy. You the type I fuck around and get you touched. You the type be selling mids and be telling them it's brunch. You's a bitch ass nigga. It never fails. On my block, you get shot for making sounds. We be focused on the plan to run the world. Facts. You be joking on your mans in front of girls. You's a bitch ass nigga. Just another sucker. You's a chain snatching mic on motherfucker. You the nigga in the circle that I caught stealing. Man, I cried cause I couldn't kill him. You's a bitch ass nigga. Why you a hoe like that? Why you gonna snake your right hand for some dough like that? Why you gonna run off on a pack that he gonna throw right back? When you real shit don't go like that. You's a bitch ass nigga, bitch. You done ran over some bricks, you done copped a couple fits, now you frontin' like you rich. You's a bitch, nigga. You done hit a couple chicks, now you all up in the mix. You get caught up, you gon' snitch. You done got a nigga life big. And when you die, they gon' say you was a nice kid. Like he ain't never did nothing to nobody.
Just a bitch ass nigga. It just started raining again down here. And I just checked in East New York. I checked in the TMZ Live to see what's going on with the Puff verdict. It said something in the title about him might be facing more time, but they're just sitting around the table right now talking about it, just the TMZ guys. They're not in the courthouse. Now, Holly was right. She just saved everybody in here a 10-second leg shot. You need to be saying, thank you, Holly. Everybody in here need to be saying, thank you, Holly. Especially East New York, talking about, here we go. Say thank you to Holly. Chick-fil-A was just sued for the same reason KFC is under investigation, because they're supposedly using I don't even want to say it. I don't even want to say it. They're supposedly using embryo meat. They're using human embryo meat. Human embryo meat to stretch them chicken strips and them chicken sandwiches that we all love. Human embryo. Human embryo. And then if y'all think I'm joking, I'm going to show you a commercial that y'all probably didn't even pay attention to that's been playing right now. Fair YouTube usage. Remember y'all saw this first. This is the new KFC commercial, y'all. Do y'all notice that the water is gravy? Do y'all understand that it started off with a human being eyeballed by a chicken? Do you understand that this water is gravy? Pay attention how they turn a human into chicken. That's straight up cannibalism. Ask Siri what cannibalism means. Ask Siri what a cannibal is. A motherfucker that eat humans. Motherfuckers that enjoy devouring human beings. They dipped that man into the sea. How come the water isn't blue in the ocean? Why come? What's the science behind this? Since when the water been gravy? Since when you ever went to the beach or to a pool and it was gravy?
You can't play both sides, you niggas gotta choose. Niggas out here being tough until they make the news. Mama said her son ain't hurt nobody. The streets said her son was catching plenty bodies. If you accept these charges, then please hold. In every hood, it was a nigga that was tougher, he still told. Like, what I gotta do to make you niggas rhyme? Like, I'm ready to kill when the kind of minds I'm cautious. I'm dealing with more sticks than a porcupine. Quill spines, whatever you wanna call them. Yeah, plus my little mama, she a trap queen. Doggy when she mixed with that Fetty, give him a wop lean. It was a whole lot of cars when there was stimmies round. We going over a year and half you niggas down. All these expensive clothes like was that smart? Now they uploading they clothes on the Poshmark. Switch, baby, careful with this. I mean, this bitch sharp. One across, one down the middle, look like a chrome heart. Damn, I'm always outside. I'm like high from who? Bound to put your car on skates. You think you slide through? I help build my niggas. This ain't Legos. Protect the fan by any means. I be Diego. Yeah, tiger to you niggas. I'm an animal. It's a jungle where I'm from. What y'all wanna do? You can't play both sides. You niggas gotta choose. Niggas out here being tough until they make the news. Mama said her son ain't hurt nobody. The streets said her son was catching plenty bodies. If you accept these charges, then please hold. In every hood, it was a nigga that was tougher, he still told.
Yeah. Department of Justice talking about the Department of Justice talking about they opening up that, well, they're thinking about opening up that Epstein case for them Epstein files, because unfortunately, our president is making it his best interest for that list not to be shown. Is this why? Is this why? Is this the reason why our president, Donald Trump, is trying his best to get all of the manuscripts and everything pertaining to this infamous list of these perverts that have been engaging in sexual acts with each other and children and just nasty, disrespectful shit? Is this why? See, the Department of Justice, they said, hold up. See, this is the part people fail to realize. A lot of people against Trump. A lot of people is against Trump, y'all. And the Department of Justice, that's on top of everything. If they can't say nothing to them niggas is different. Check this out.
We need to put it out there. And you know, Pam Bondi, I don't know, when she originally made the statement, I think she was talking about documents, as I understood it, they were on her desk. I don't know that she was specific about a list or whatever, but she needs to come forward and explain that to everybody.
Speaker Mike Johnson there breaking from President Trump's stance when it comes to disclosures on the Jeffrey Epstein case. Former U.S. Attorney John Fishwick joining us to discuss where this story may go next. It's great to see you. Axios reporting citing conversations with administration officials and top outside advisors saying the White House is considering possibly appointing a special counsel to investigate, removing redactions to already released documents, or petitioning courts to unseal records. Which do you think is the most likely outcome and why?
That's really something important Keisha said. That National Man-Boy Love Association. That's a fact. That's why Tom Hanks, he has diplomatic immunity. That's why Tom Hanks has diplomatic immunity. This is why Russell Simmons has been given diplomatic immunity, because the countries that they have moved to, they cannot be exiled from. And the countries that they move to, they practice, like he said, these bizarre relationships with men and young boys. Like, a lot of people don't even know what Keisha just talked about. Like, this is really some real shit. The NAMBLA, that's really some real shit. That's some real shit. They done pass certain laws stipulating the situation. That's where that word grooming came from. Because when we was coming up, grooming ain't have nothing to do with being sexually assaulted. Grooming was another word for being schooled, for being shown the ropes, you know, the ups and downs, the do's, the don'ts. Especially if you try to get into this life that we was living. The OGs groomed us. They never put their hands on us unless they was grabbing us up to slap us beside us head because we did some dumb shit, like certain times when Johnny Greenlee and them told us to stop shooting and certain shit was going on and then we wasn't listening and niggas Johnny Greenlee just slapped me 755,000 times. That's a fact. My father's best friend. Shout out to Johnny Greenlee, rest in peace, and Miss Greenlee. Miss Greenlee and my mother was best friends. She came straight to my house the night when Murph got shot. Johnny Greenlee told me, yo, boy, y'all keep bringing them police around. I said, man, I don't give a fuck about that shit you talking about all the time. When that nigga picked his hand up, that nigga hand looked like it was a revolving door in A&S. That nigga slapped me like 155,000 times. Then the nigga took me across the street and made me ring the bell, and my pops came downstairs and my moms came downstairs, and he told them how he checked me, and then I got fucked up by my moms. All true story. All true story. Because I'm thinking my mom's gonna be like, why you put your hands on my son? I'm thinking my pop's gonna be like, yo, Johnny, why would you touch my son? Not thinking about the whole situation when we was going through our shit and certain shit was going on and police kept coming through the neighborhood and they were trying to talk to us like the elders, and we just, they could have killed us. To be exact, on some real shit, if I wasn't who I am as far as my grandparents and my uncle and my pops, I might not be here now. Man slapped me like 155,000 times. Yeah, he did. And I appreciate him for that. The reason why I appreciate him for that, because when he was doing it, I was totally embarrassed. And he brought me really back to reality that I really wasn't the gangster that I thought I was. I was young. But when he took me to my mom's and them, you see, like they said, they need a village to raise a child. My mother and them didn't do what I thought they was going to do. I thought my moms and them was going to flip on Johnny. No, they didn't do that. And it wasn't because of no fear. See, our parents, they was thankful when other parents or their friends were some places and saw us doing something wrong, and they would grab us up. Some of us would get the long, vicious conversations. Some of us got slapped upside the head. See, our parents, they had different rapports with their friends in the street. Now, you see certain parents seeing kids doing shit, and they just mind their business. They just keep driving by. You see your homegirl's son on the corner with a gun hanging out his sweats, and you just shake your head and just drive by. I ain't gonna call his mother. She know what he out here doing. It's not the same dynamics no more. I'm telling you, when that Atlantic stopped going clockwise and went reverse, it's the same dynamics that got us to where we are now are no longer there, but it can be happening. But check this out, what they're saying, man.
Why?
Well, I think the administration should do both. I think Pam Bondi has bungled this. And so I think the country wants transparency. So there's two ways to do it. DOJ can reach out to the courts where these documents are sealed and say, look, immediately unseal these. We want to make them public. And I think because the public has lost confidence in the attorney general, I think she should appoint an attorney, a special counsel or perhaps a Trump-appointed U.S. attorney to review the documents and to make the appropriate release to the public. I think because of her lack of confidence and transparency that the public has in what she's done, I think the best thing to do is to bring in another lawyer who looks at it and then does release the files.
I mentioned earlier unsealing records. In 2018, I believe it was, the Miami Herald petitioned the courts to unseal documents connected to a lawsuit against Ghislaine Maxwell. They were successful. Who has the power to petition a court to unseal documents connected to this case?
Well, Dee Dee, the entity that has the biggest power is the Department of Justice. If they want to unseal documents or have documents released to the public, if they go to a federal judge and say, for example, the discovery in the Epstein criminal case, after all, he's dead, we want to release that to the public. We think there's a public interest in doing that. If the Department of Justice files that petition with the judges that have the case underneath their jurisdiction, they will be successful and release it. If, for example, a news organization does it and DOJ opposes it, they will be unsuccessful. But the Department of Justice could unseal these documents quickly.
Well, you mentioned public interest. That clearly is here. Americans have a right to access, as you know, government information under the Freedom of Information Act. For that to even happen, though, the documents would have to be unsealed, correct? Help us connect the dots.
Yeah, Dee. So the way that would work is the Department of Justice would file a petition with the judge who oversaw the Epstein case and say, hey, look, this case is over. He's dead. We want to release these documents to the public. We think it's in the public interest to unseal these documents. And if DOJ takes that position with the courts, they will be quickly unsealed.
All right, we'll wait and see. It is a case the world is watching. Former U.S. Attorney John Fishwick, always great to see you. Thank you for joining us.
What they're trying to say is everything pertaining to that list, everybody in this chat should be able to see what's going on because it's supposed to be public file, public information. Go to the court. Especially when it comes to legislation, senators, you can do that for a human being. But the sad part is they saying that the DOJ can release the list. The list is already out. The list is already out. Because that's part of it right there. If I got that, Orlin Jones, Carilla, 34 East Place, London, Orlin Jones, Jeremy and Deborah, Alvarez, Senior Vincente, Armin, Mr. Felipe, Amon, Roberta, and Maurice. If they got all this, if they have all of this, and they have this name connected to it, Trump, Donald. The Trump Organization, 721 Fifth Avenue, New York, New York, the numbers, so forth. His email. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. They got all his phone numbers up there. See at the bottom, you see Trump Security, Norma Direct Emergency, the spa, home. Something ain't right. And the first thing they're going to say is, he dead. First thing they said is Epstein is dead. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Just like that young lady right here that they was talking about with the situation with the employee, the manager that worked 15 years, may she rest in peace, from McDonald's. Yo, I'm telling you, that story right there is something different. I'm going to always remember this name and pay attention to Afeni Muhammad. And then besides the fact that she tried to stab up her ex-husband from an abusive relationship, they done brought up somebody else that she didn't try to stab up in a previous job at Taco Bell. It's something about that story that just be fucking with me, y'all. It's something about that story. I'm like, yo, something ain't right. Something ain't right. Y'all remember the little boy that got abducted? They locked his uncle up. Yeah, they locked his uncle up. Before you judge him, just listen to what happened.
In court today, the uncle of the Milwaukee boy taken from his home, sparking a statewide Amber Alert. Prosecutors say 27-year-old Jamel White fired several shots at a car driving slowly right near the family home at 61st and Eustis the day after 7-year-old Jamal White was abducted. Police found the little boy safe on Saturday. According to the criminal complaint, White told investigators he shot at the car because, quote, he was scared for his family and he hid the gun behind the house in a wooded area. A father and son in that car were not hit. They claim they were trying to help in the search for the missing boy.
You allegedly were shooting at this car that was occupied by two people and did not hit the car at all. At all. So even if you were defending yourself, you didn't even make contact with the people that you were supposed to be defending yourself from.
The commissioner set White's cash bond at $20,000.
I got to respect that. The day after his nephew was abducted, a car was coming down the block real slow. Like he said, he thought somebody was trying to come hurt him and his family, and he got to letting it go. Thank God he didn't hit the target. A man and his young son was in there from the neighborhood paying attention to what was going on television, and they was coming through to see was it anything that they can do in the help for the search and the rescue of his nephew. But I want to show you this video again of the little boy getting abducted. His father. Now pay attention. It's just so much that's running through my head. I watched this video so much, y'all. I had to show it to y'all again. It's just so much about this video. I just need to know what's going on because something ain't right. And now it's 3-4 days later. Still nobody don't know what happened. This right here is the car up the block. And this is the little boy riding down and them. Let's go.
Video 12 News obtained Monday shows the Jeep parked on the side of the street Friday night. It starts to move as Jamal is spotted riding his bike on the sidewalk, returning from a nearby park. The boy's aunt says her brother was driving the sedan, following alongside his young son. The camera catching the white Jeep turning around, then later blocking the end of their driveway. Two people got out of the Jeep simultaneously. One, who appears to be holding a gun, tried following the man into the house. The other chased the little boy down the driveway. Seconds later, the suspect comes back into frame with Jamal in his arms, putting him into the Jeep.
Do you have answers as to why in the world that?
You know what bugs me out about that? The father said that he was running in the house to get his gun. Straight coward. He should have been killed. They should have gunned his ass down. He should have ran. No, God forgive me. I shouldn't say that. Forgive me. I didn't even say it like that. That is just a cowardly act. He said he was going in his house to get his gun. Okay, you a coward. You told the police and everybody you was running the house to get your gun. Okay, when you ran in the house and got your gun because you know the door's closed, you recognize nobody else is in the house with you. Your gun got to be somewhere right there. You grab your gun, and now you're supposed to run back outside. Now, when you run back outside, you see the van, the caravan, whatever that is, you see speeding off. What is the first thing that you think somebody really concerned about their child was going to do? I'm going to get in my car. I got my gun. I'm going to get in my car. I have my gun. And I'm going to speed off and try to catch up to the car. I got my gun. I'm on the phone, speakerphone. Yo, I'm driving down such and such. My son has just been grabbed. I'm on the phone, 911, police, with my gun, chasing him. But the Ring camera seen him just bang his hand on the hood. Just bang his hand down on the hood. See, I don't know what would have been more traumatizing than my son, because they'd have killed me. I don't know if that'd have been more traumatizing than my son would have watched me get killed, or my son getting taken away, and then my son got to look at me and say, Daddy, why you let them take me? I guess I'm from a different era, man. I'm really from a different era, y'all. Like, I'm really from a different era. Are you crazy? So let's say I did that. Hypothetically speaking, let's say I did that. I got in the crib, I got my gun. I come back outside, I'm watching the car speed off. I'm banging on the motherfucker. It's like something else is going to come out with this story. Remember I said it. It's something else with this story. See, the part about this story that's very, very interesting is they got the little young boy back the next day because of a tip. And one of the people that participated in that abduction has been arrested. It's been said on the news, he is not alone. So the minute he got up in there, that nigga said, Earl, Franklin, and Derek was with me. See, he didn't advocate that right he got, because you got the right to remain silent. Man, take me to jail, nigga. I don't know what you talking about. I don't give a fuck how much you show me a blurry motherfucking video. I don't give a fuck how much you show me a blurry video. That ain't me. I don't give a fuck if I'm sitting in the courthouse, in the precinct with the sneakers on that I had in that video. That's not me. Nigga, take me to jail, nigga. I need to talk to a lawyer. So he already cooperating. City Boy said, first of all, why the fuck you grab a kid and run with him in the house? Shaking my head. These young niggas ain't got no common sense. Yeah, you want to hear some funny shit? Yo, old head, I know some niggas that really took niggas. And police arrested certain niggas that may have been down with taking niggas, may have set niggas up to get took, or may have taken niggas. And I promise you, these niggas wasn't saying nothing. See, these is young boys. These is children. When we was coming up, when you heard about somebody getting abducted, or if you seen somebody getting walked to a car or a van, broad daylight, with a gun in their back, with tears coming out their eyes, and people just watching them go to that van, and these were adults. Remember that, dog? These were straight up, yo, City Boy, talk to these people. These were adults. When adults put their hands on you, you never came back. Rest in peace. Because so many people, when them adults, I don't give a fuck if they were Italian. I don't care if they were Russian. I don't care if they were American. I don't care if they were Dominican. I don't care if they were Puerto Rican. I don't care if they were Panamanian. I don't care if they was African. I don't care if they was Jamaican. When adults put their hands on you, when adults get together and be like, yo, I'm going to grab this person and take them away from their family, from the world, they don't see you again. Rest in peace to PJ, man. Rest in peace to Prentice Jones, man. If you know, you know. Rest in peace to Prentice Jones, old school PJ from Utica Avenue. Rest in peace to that man. When that man went to jail, I was like 9 years old. Him and my pops was good friends. I got to give him a story right quick. I swear to God, East New York, they don't, y'all would not, we ain't gonna talk. Yo, let me tell you, I was like 9 years old when this man went to jail. All I know is PJ went to jail. I didn't know the extremities of why he went to jail. That man came home from jail. I was 32 years old. You heard me? I was 9 years old when this man, they used to be giving me $5 and $10 bills to go to the candy store into the Fort Apache with Johnny Greenlee and them and Marvin and them. Yo, this nigga went to jail when I was 9. When I came home, he was 33 years old. Yo, can anybody tell me what he said to me when he came home? Yeah. I'm Ronald's son, DMC's son. That's what he said to me. Hey, boy, you done got big. I'm looking at him like, do I know you? Because when he went to jail, he was slender. Now he got hair on his face. Now he's like a gorilla. The nigga cut like he's like a gorilla. And when he rode up on a bike, he was riding a fix. It's called a fixed bicycle because it don't have no brakes. You got to hop on that shit. It was very light because he had a pride in wearing and riding these bikes. He put me onto that shit. It was a very light bike. You had to hop on the shit. You had to put your feet up in the shit. These is facts, East New York. I ain't even gonna tell y'all who East New York is. She know who she is. Yo, Keish, it's such a small world. But anyway, back to what I'm saying. He said, how you doing? Start asking how my pops was doing, because my pops started getting high. Y'all know that. He caught that second stroke in 95, paralyzed him. I told him my pop's doing good. I got him stashed in Canarsie. He on 98th between L&M. I give him my direct address, 1439 East 98th between L&M. This was my pop's man, you know what I'm saying? Because he was talking to me about how he heard. Make a long story short, after he got through how your mom, I heard about your moms and yo, she was a good woman, and me and Sharon and talking about school and shit like that. And yeah, he gave me that moment. Yo, the whole conversation changed. Do your fact checks on this. The man looked me dead in my eyes and said, yo, I heard you getting all this money out here. I don't know how to sell drugs, but I do know how to take niggas away from their families and kill. I need a job. Me and him was friends till he died. From that day on, me and him was friends until he passed away. That nigga said, I don't know how to sell drugs. He said, but I do know how to take people away from their families, and I do know how to kill. I need a job. He said, they was talking about you up in the mountains, boy. I'm looking at this nigga talking about, what the fuck are you talking about? He said, man, they was talking about you up in the mountains, boy. He said, God brought me right to you and told me to come stand with you. And I put that hustle in him. When I put the weed game in his mind, because we were selling weed like heroin. That's a fact. We were selling more weed. Ain't no allegedly. We were selling more bud than niggas that were selling heroin and crack. Me and my mans was selling more weed on Utica and Park Place than niggas was selling crack and heroin. This is facts. This is facts. This corner right here, ain't nobody can tell me I'm lying. This is the corner during the daytime. Ain't nobody can tell me I'm lying. Me and my mans sold more weed than niggas was selling heroin. Shout out to DMW Shots for these pictures. These ain't regular pictures. These is monumental pictures. You know what I'm saying? When the nigga PJ started understanding how that bread was coming through, he just started selling weed. I never forget, I took him to get his first Woolridge because the nigga had this tight ass African, it was like one of them snorkel jackets from back in the days with the fox collar, but the shit, I said, yo, boy, you got to get you a good jacket. You looking like a stripper. He's the whole way start laughing because it looked like the shit was painted on his body. I took him to get his first Woolridge from Tenton Trails. That's a fact. I took him to get his first Woolridge. When he put that Woolridge on, Like 2 or 3 days later, we had a blizzard. I remember him walking up on me with the hoodie on. He said, yo, thank you, baby. I'm warm. That nigga had a regular white beater t-shirt on under the Woolridge. He on a block making sure I'm good. Yeah, that nigga Shots is phenomenal with them pictures, y'all. I get it. When y'all need pictures, I'm talking about he do all type of stuff. Family reunions, you know, regular parties, get-togethers, basketball games, and all that. Shots, DMW Shots. Make sure y'all holler at him and get right with him. I'm telling you, his pictures is crazy. He got shots from me from all he done sent me pictures going down the train station on Utica and Eastern Parkway. He done gave me shots that I could tell stories about forever. That's a fact. I took him to Tenton Trails to get his first Woolridge jacket. He paid $618. He paid $618. He got the motherfucking all black one with the thicked out looking like Fox. He paid $618. Facts, because he didn't have the little short one, because they had the short ones that didn't have the collar. They had the rain collars in the hood back in the days, but no, we wanted the snorkels. Drip, I see you in the building. Yo, shout out to Dog Soldier. You see what I was telling y'all yesterday about the situation where they're trying to stimulate. It seems like everything they're doing now is trying to make us put a microchip in us. Have y'all noticed that shit? The shit with the jail. Yesterday I did the show. Go back and check it out. The new jail they're trying to put you in. Check this out. Depending on the severity of your crime. Say, for instance, you had a homicide. You unalived somebody. Supposed to go to jail for 30 years. They're giving felons the options to get a microchip put inside of their mind, hooked up to their neurological system, all electronics, and a tube. Instead of doing 20, 30 years, like they said, wasting taxpayers' money, they can give you a microchip. They can erase your memory. So before you say, well, I'll take the 30 minutes, no. You can know you about to go do something like that, but when you get into that simulator in that neurological system, nah. They erase away the fact that you know it's only 30 minutes that you're going to be in this tube. And then they put 30 years worth of informative data and artificial memories in your head. It takes a half an hour. An hour maybe longs for the severity. But it's supposed to help with the economic system, because all the money that's wasted on people when it comes to housing them, feeding them, clothing them, taking care of them in a medical form. So check this out. Now, if you eliminate everybody that's in jail for all the crazy things they did with this type of program, now they have a reset. This is facts. Go look this show up. If you participate in this program, the reset button on that microchip, when you get through with this experimental program, everybody that you know, everybody that you've known, your girl, your mom, your sister, your brother, your cousin, anybody that's going to be in contact, check this out, has to get a manual of what to do and what not to do around you. They have to get a manual of what to say and what not to say around you. So it's like you are no longer yourself. There's certain things that they will give you in this manual that comes with every person that can trigger you. So it's highly advised that you stay away from this type of stuff. Seems like a joke, laugh out loud, but it's the dead truth. Go check my show yesterday, bro. Well, if you think that's crazy, you think this crazy? You think that's crazy? Shout out to Dog Soldier. He put me on to this shit. You think that's crazy? Shout out to Dog Soldier. Look at this shit. Fair YouTube usage. Look at this shit.
Right, I'm so excited because I have waited so long to try this out. So a dear friend of mine is the CEO of TCKR Systems, and I got to have a little walk around their head office and spied this from across the room. Now, when I had a little chat, I was like, what does that do? And when I was told, I did not believe a word he said. And today, I've got one to try myself. I'm literally beyond excited. So I thought I'd do a little unboxing. I'm going to get all influencer on you and show you exactly what is in this bag. So let's open it up. Okay, it's a little nubbin. It's quite a fun word, isn't it? Nubbin. hello nubbin, goodbye reality. So I'm presuming I've got to scan this QR code. Let's have a little look. Okay, what's this doing? Right, okay. This has taken me. Okay, it's just T's and C's. It says prolonged use of the nubbin may lead to the user forgetting their own name, address, the distinction between Saturday and Sunday. Bit weird. Users are advised that prolonged exposure to alternate realities via the nubbin may result in the involuntary adoption of a fictional persona in real-world social situations. I mean,
check this out. This is some new shit they got now. Check this out. This is some new shit they got now. I'm gonna let Keen Streets talk to you first. Get your mind ready. These people is bugging out. They are trying to matrix us for real.
I know they say we dirty far rock niggas, but yeah, we can clean. You know what I'm saying? We cleaning up. You know what I'm saying? We trying and grinding, doing things we like to do. You dig? Stop playing with us.
Shit got me feeling good. Yeah. You heating up, Lavish? Okay. It's niggas that be going through the shit I'm actually talking. Been through so much bullshit, I could have been drafted with Jordan. I made my way through the projects, ducking rats and informants. They shooting, they shot at bitches, I was actually scoring. Y'all sided, ain't worry about nothing, cause God got it. And they read it when they ran in my crib for the narcotics. No paper, I'm like, where's the money in y'all pocket? All this trapping and you broke, what y'all running, the non-profit? Free my homies in the prison, shackled to the buckle too. They up north, eating with them crackers like a Lunchable. I just can't fake it, you gon' know if I don't fuck with you. When real niggas chillin', the lames get too comfortable. Smoke them like a hookah when them killers had enough of you. They gon' make him feel it just for thinking he untouchable. Running up this bag out the mud, it ain't nothing new. We was on the grind, I ain't drunk like no Huxtable. That little bit of cash can't fool us. For now on, we making niggas tag they jewelers. Pull up shining and let's see if they gon' like you then. Fuck a block nigga, cause it's money that I like to spend. Bitches love to text, get books, see if they write you then. Free my dog, he in and out the can like the recycle bin. Barely went to church, but I'm in Christian, gotta pray for it. Money my religion. Hopping out the farm with that shit on jury glisten. Staying sucker free and out the way. Ducking prison. Counting up this paper, 100 million on a mission. Getting to this money, my religion. Hopping out the farm with that shit on jury glisten. Staying sucker free and out the way. Ducking prison. Counting up this paper, 100 million on a mission. Getting to this money, my religion. See, they still waiting on the money. It ain't coming to them. Saquon Barkley to these hoes. We just run the door before these suckers ever come for me. Sending something to them. I just tell Brody, walk them down when we run it to them. Play Superman and get your cape shot. Never slipping, we be fully armed like a tank top. Fresh out the jar, we was selling them that straight drop. Then they go and hit it off the glass like a bank shot. Elevated on these suckers, made they face drop. Same ones was hating on my moves, they in the same spot. Go against me, niggas fell every time. That's why I make sure I give them hell every rhyme, every line. Are you hating on a nigga? Let me shine, heavy dimes. We put it on the scale. And then we grind, nigga. Walk up in the spot and get my back in. I ain't really one for talking, I just make it happen, for real. Hopping out the farm with that shit on jury glisten. Staying sucker free and out the way. Ducking prison. Counting up this paper, 100 million on a mission.
Y'all think that shit was crazy? Check this shit out. They trying to give you some mind altering shit now. They want to give you some little type of neurological shit to put on your nerve. Right on your temple. Yo, these people is fucking people up. I'm telling you, this shit is fucking people up. And you notice, you don't never, yo, you know what? You don't never see us, they don't never, you know what? I ain't trying to be funny. You know, I ain't racial. I love everybody. But you notice you don't never see too many black people experimenting with all these goofy experiments, trying to deal with altering time and fucking with science, physics, and doing altering shit and all this bullshit. Yo, check this shit out right here. And this is all real. This ain't no joke. You can get one of these shits. Let's go.
Already got one of them anyway, so that's fine. Usage of the nubbin may cause the user to believe they possess the ability to communicate with household appliances. Hello? Not yet. TCKR Systems is not responsible for any existential crisis, sudden urge to communicate solely via interpreter.
So you remember what John F. Kennedy said when he said he met with the higher group of intelligence that was going to teach us about our communications? You know what I'm saying? Our communications. Teach us what advancements in the world. That microwave changed the world for motherfuckers. That microwave, When a microwave came out, that shit was more important than a VCR. But check this out. He said, when you put this on your mind, on the side of your temple, it's going to give you some type of thoughts or some type of hallucinated thought that you can communicate with appliances. Yo, listen to this shit, man. This shit is, yo, listen.
Users are advised that prolonged exposure to alternate realities via the nubbin may result in the involuntary adoption of a fictional persona in real-world situations. I mean, I've already got one of them anyway, so that's fine. Usage of the nubbin may cause the user to believe they possess the ability to communicate with household appliances. Hello? Not yet. TCKR Systems is not responsible for any existential crisis, sudden urge to communicate solely via interpretive dance, or belief that household appliances are secret government spies which may arise from prolonged use. I mean, sometimes I do look at my toaster a bit dodgy. Oh, this one's really interesting. TCKR Systems advises against entering into physical relations with any NPCs. Encounters may be presented as evidence in future real-world divorce proceedings. Okay, right. So this is actually what I saw from across the room, and here it is. You see that? I'm going to do like what influencers do, buddy. You see that? The nubbin. There it is.
Yo, these people crazy.
Ooh, it looks like proper futuristic. Okay, there it is. That is the nubbin. Now, all I've been told about this is that it can take me pretty much anywhere I want to go. So it's going to be all in my head, but I want to see if this really, really works. I mean, it's pretty sturdy. I don't know if you can see that up close. So it's this gorgeous little circle design, and if you look, when it goes on, it's got these like really funky lights. Right, so all I need to do is pop it on. As you can see, I've done, and it fits. It's quite a nice fit. You can see that? Now, set myself up. I'm going to sit back. All I've got to do is switch it on, say enter game, and then I'm in. All right, so wish at me luck. Here we go. Enter game. Oh my God, that was the most. That was so.
That don't seem like no damn AI.
Oh, that was the most incredible thing. I can't get my words out. But basically, I was just with my mum, with my nan, with my brother, everyone, and it was my birthday. It was my 10th birthday. And when I lived back in London, my nan was there, and she brought over the cake. Oh my God, that's made me really emotional. Like that is, I've got like this weird feeling that something like this is just the beginning. That was just. Do you know what? I can't even get my words together. I'm gonna have to do like an in-depth review later because I can't. I want to have another go because that felt real. That is all from this. I've never ever. I didn't think this was possible. I feel like I'm in an episode of Black Mirror or something. It's so bizarre. Like the future is here. This is it.
I don't know. That nigga had them George Michael eyes, like GP said. He had them George Michael eyes. I don't know, man. Dog was talking to me about this yesterday. This is supposed to be some new shit that they got. Dog was talking to me about this shit yesterday. I don't know, y'all. I believe it. Keith said they don't have one. You Googled it right quick? Well, Google this. Let me know something because that shit don't seem like because it's all over YouTube. Because the shit that they doing, like with that new jail, I don't put nothing past these people, man. I don't put nothing past these people, man. I don't put nothing past these people. This shit is sad. And what was the name of that show, that TV movie called Player One, Get Ready, Player One, some shit. It was about a young boy that lived. Oh, she said she was just being sarcastic. See, I don't know. See, that shit is, Player One, Get Ready, some movie about a young boy living in some shit in the time where everything was like after a war, like a bunch of old stuff stacked. To make a long story short, they all had lived in this world where everybody interacted in simulation. They put these probes on their head, People was going around, they was getting money, it was all type of competitions and stuff like that. Get Ready Player One or Player One, Get Ready, something. It was a great, great movie. And then I thought about how they're trying to stimulate our minds artificially. You know what I think it is? You know what I think it is? See, the Pentagon is telling people that the anarchy is here. I know people laughing, they joking. Remember, I told y'all first. So you know, I ain't saying they ain't strike my channel yet. You notice I've been saying this. The Pentagon is telling people that the alien presence that people thought for so long was a myth. They telling y'all they here. Because I'm trying to see, what are they trying to mind alter the world about? First, they started this years ago with the shit on their head and everybody was running around doing this crazy shit like they was fighting and busting it. I'm trying to say, what is it they trying to do to distract the world? I was looking up this shit they was talking about back in the days, like in Vietnam. At night, when they used to be in a war, y'all can look this up. They used to have night vision goggles. The color of the night vision goggles in World War II were actually red. The color of night vision goggles right now are green worldwide. They have banned the red night vision goggles. So I guess if some of the old vets that was around from back in the days, if they still was alive, because there's still some veterans, older veterans is alive, and they still had their official first pair, they can tell their stories about it. I was watching this show where they were saying that we only get to use, like, we use 10% of our brain. So that's a 90% field that's left alone that we can't tap into, some type of punishment. But then they started talking about the eyes. Baby Grizz, salute. Then they started talking about the eyes. They said the eyes, the human eye can only see 3% out of 10% without assistance. They said you need a special glass, a special tint, or something like a microscope to see something that the human eye couldn't see. And the reason why they said this is, they said that it was so many cases of people that came back from Vietnam that was stipulating that when they looked through the red lens, they saw like creatures, like spirits and demons that we could not see. Philly, I see you in the building. They said they couldn't see, like they couldn't see him without these goggles on. Some of the people, they said it was a scene, you can look this up, where there was a fighter jet that was flying over somewhere and they were supposed to be doing a stealth mission. And they said that he had the night visions on and he started firing, and everybody asked him, why did he start firing? And he said he seen like a demonic winged figure flying towards their fleet of plane. I'm telling you, they are about to, they're talking about Donald Trump. The only other president they talking about, like I told you, that actually admitted to being in contact and having a conversation with an alien or UFO or extraterrestrial presence is Jimmy Carter. Do y'all understand how long Jimmy Carter lived? That's facts. That's why cats and dogs can see different in different dimensions. That's a fact. If they telling us they are here, that's where I think all these other distractions is coming from. Because all these floods, everybody, I was talking about it. We talked about that Grizz was there. That's why he got killed, allegedly. But I know they told him, yo, don't do that. Don't tell him yet. Don't tell him yet. Because Jimmy Carter was such a believer of God. Like he lived for God. And they said he was one of the only presidents that accepted the invitation to go speak to one of the alien representatives. And he said the alien representatives told him boldly, all the highest religions, from Christianity, Islam is not considered a religion, but Islam was said. All the high religions, the only reason why they were put into play, these was projects that was simulated from these beings to make sure that we don't destroy each other. They said because they've tried this so many times. And it seems like man always comes back to the same outcome by destroying each other. Pay attention to the wars that's going on and stuff like that now. Pay attention to these floods that's everywhere right now. It's raining right now down here. That's a fact, Grizz. They never left. There was an old Aztec Indian couple on a show, and they showed them a picture of the Greys, and they said, no, that's not the Greys. They called them something else. They said they live underground. East New York said there's one living in her building. Yo, chat, tell me should she get the 10 seconds for that? Tell me should she get the 10? Just let me know if she should get the 10 seconds. I remember the Dread El Compa told a story one time a lot of people never listened to. Rest in peace to the Dread. I remember the Dread told a story and everybody was laughing because they thought Comp was drunk. Yeah, Comp was drunk. They wasn't paying attention to what he was saying. Comp told a story about one time around Halloween where they was sitting outside and they was burning, getting money, smoking, sipping, drinking and all that. And he said they had went to the roof. And Comp said when he went to the roof, I forgot the man's name. It was a Spanish name, he said. I think he said it was Pito or Bito, something like that. It was Pito or Bito. He said that it was a black winged human size looking like a bat that the minute they looked to the left just leaped off the roof and disappeared. Yo, Grizz, I swear I told them about this one day. Look up the news article, the battle over LA in the 60s. Oh, it was 60. I thought it was 63 or 64. It was 1960. They have pictures and everything of the United States government going to war with an intergalactic being from outer space. See, they saying that there was like 4 direct species that deal with the government. And they said that all these species say, yo, check this out. It's time to tell the people what's going on. And it's like they're trying to just do everything allegedly in their power to keep us occupied with all the other shit that's going on in the world simultaneously, ironically, because they still want to have a lid on it. They still want to have control on it, where they want to say they had control over it. They said that them, whatever is supposed to be here, they said, yo, it's time for us to be here. So we gave y'all a date. I don't know what that date is. But they said they gave him a date. I even heard something. They said this man said he was an actual time traveler. Because, I'll be like YouTube, I'm hooked up to some type of shit that's some sci-fi shit, baby. This dude said he was a time traveler, right? If I'm not mistaken, he said July 20th. No, he said August 20th. Because I remember him, when he said, I said, damn, the week my mom's passed. He said August the 20th, an entertainer that supposedly was unalived is going to come back and have one of the biggest careers ever. Who y'all think that could be? I bet you none of y'all say the name I got in my head. Let's just talk hypothetically. I bet you none of y'all say the name. They said an entertainer that was allegedly unalive. Well, Keisha, she get the The only reason why Baby Grizz don't get the because I said Mike Jackson. I said Mike Jackson. I don't know why I said that. Nah, Biggie gone, Keisha. Yeah, Big gone. Yeah, Big gone. Rest in peace, Chris. Big gone. Big is really gone. I ain't even getting to the big stories. Yeah, Big is really gone, man. That is fucked up. But I said Michael Jackson. I'm telling you, I don't think Mike gone. I always said that. I do not think Michael Jackson is gone. Nope. I don't think so. Just like I don't think Kobe Bryant is gone. He said, I've always thought, because Mike Jackson was pulling a stunt, especially when they did the breakdown of his funeral. They did the breakdown of Michael Jackson's funeral. It's on YouTube. Mysterious woman at Michael Jackson's funeral. And they put the side-by-side dynamics together, and it actually comes out to be the same person, allegedly. You see what Holly said? Allegedly. There was a video floating around with his daughter. She fucked up. They was on a road trip. It looked like they was somewhere in the desert. They was like on a road trip somewhere. It wasn't really around no cars or nothing like that. And he sat up like he felt like he put his head up like he was asleep, and they just cut that shit off. Nah. Because you know they say, first of all, hold on. East New York, don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. Because sister, I know how she followed Puff. You know there's a leaked audio out right now with Puff Daddy allegedly manhandling and arguing with Michael Jackson. Am I the only one that heard that? I'm about to end this live. If I'm the only one that heard that, I'm about to end the live. I'm about to end the live. I'm about to end the live if y'all ain't heard it. You better pull it up. I don't want to hear nothing about no AI shit, because they ain't say no AI shit when Puff you remember when, the last time we heard it, last time we heard audio with Puff, he was with Meek Mills, allegedly. Allegedly. And ain't nobody gonna tell me that was no AI. That was no fucking AI. That was Puff and Meek Mills. That was no AI. Puff already told you he into that freak shit. That was Puff and Meek Mills. He ain't had a hot album since him and Nicki Minaj broke up. Next morning, he in a motherfucking tub soaking. You ain't gonna tell me that wasn't Meek Mills when you got Puff walking up on that nigga talking about, you did your thing last night, daddy. I think so, Holly. That's a fact. It's him and Puff arguing. And Mike is going, yo, just get your hands off me. Yo, leave me alone. He was like, well, nigga, you always acting like you bad. What? What? He was like, yo, leave me alone. And they was making it funny like a caption because of his songs. Leave me alone. Puff saying, you think you bad and all that. Nah, that ain't sound like no act. They ain't sound like no joke. And it ain't sound like no motherfucking AI. That's just my opinion. Because y'all remember, it's all on YouTube right now. Type it in, Michael Jackson walking out of the morgue van. Mike walking out the morgue van. Holly said, yo, that Meek was true. Nicki leaked that for revenge. First of all, Nicki Minaj was the first one that said, yo, check this out. A rapper from Philly is gay. A rapper from Philly that I used to date is gay. She ain't dating no other rapper from Philly that we know about. Especially of no importance or no significance besides Meek Mill. He ain't had a good song since they broke up. He ain't had a damn good song since they broke up. Meeks Mills and Puff running around in the same damn suits, gold and black suits. Looking like it's 93, like they're in a video with Mace. Them niggas got the same suits on, looking like Tom and George when they was in the motherfucking Jeffersons with the same damn jacket on. And I'm going to follow this with Puff because from what they were saying a couple of days ago, I think it was in agreement that they said that they wanted him to get some help. They wanted him to go to a rehabilitation spot. Probably going to be a totality of everything combined from what they were saying. I don't know about this new shit, about these new charges TMZ talking about, but from what I was hearing, it was like they trying to find the right spot for him to go to, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, even though I know, even though I know how I feel about the situation with Big, unfortunately, I don't feel that way about Pac. It's fucked up if it did happen and include Pac like they said, but I know how I feel about the situation with him and Big. So if they're going to talk about that, I'm cool with it. Fuck Puff. But fucking with him over some shit about some freak shit, some baby oil and some pumps and a firearm, that's not enough for me to really, you know what I'm saying, go crazy. I'm not in character with none of that shit. The fact about him stomping out Cassie like that, should something be done about that? Yeah. I don't think jail is going to help nobody that did anything like that to anybody, much less a woman. There's a bunch of videos. They got one floated out where she's in a room and she's under the towel and he's screaming at her talking about, well, you always talking about you so tough. Run your mouth now. So it's certain things. Yes. Do I think Puff need to get help about? Yeah. His aggression. You know what I'm saying? Some people just be running their mouth. Some people be aggravated. Some people just be crying wolf. Some people just bark and ain't gonna motherfucking bite. But when you bite and bark and bite and bite and bite and bite and bark and bite 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 and bark and bark and bite and bite and bite, you need some help. That's a fact. They said he was saying I'm not a non-biased person. The only thing, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Rest in peace to Wolf too. I think that's kind of fucked up with that whole situation with Wolf because the lack of compensation to his family. From allegedly what I heard, the situation with him and Shine, you know, from him being from Avenue D in Flatbush and he trying to hold Puff down, trying to be the artist, and situation that went down with him and Drac and all them niggas at that club, you know. My man wife got shot in that motherfucking spot. My man Julius from Albany Projects, he had the 760 Volvo back in the days. He got shot at that spot. It's like when it came to that, it's like him not holding his people down. When he got arrested, or when they all got in trucks and tried to flee from that situation like they were supposed to. I'm not knocking that. You know what I'm saying? You made sure Jennifer Lopez got away from that, even though you fucked her up and you traumatized her, but you made sure at least you was the protector pertaining to her. That's one thing that's kind of crazy because a lot of people ain't talk about how she came to check on him in court a couple of times too, because she said he never put his hands on her. She said he's never put his hands on her. She said the reason why she, quote unquote, decided to get away from him is because he really was involved and the street was taking him over and it was starting to scare her. So she went and got with that nigga Ben Affleck. You know what I'm saying? She said, I'm gonna give with Ben Affleck. You know what I'm saying? This nigga right here, he doing Superman movies, Batman movies. He fucking with Aquaman and all that shit. This nigga doing $180 million movie. Let me fuck with this nigga because he cool. He doing the accounting and shit like that. He doing Down syndrome movies. He not gonna be in the street going through no war like that. And Puff really was. Facts. Rest in peace to Wolf. Like I said, and the situation, Trace, I see you, boy. And the situation with Shine, you know, like, this would hurt the hood. You know what I'm saying? This would hurt the hood. I'm gonna give it to you from niggas that was outside when all that shit was hell be happening. You know what fucked the hood up? You know why Brooklyn just looked at him like, oh shit. Like, cause when you fuck with a nigga from Brooklyn, even if we don't fuck with each other, you still fucking with a nigga from Brooklyn. You dig what I'm saying? So it's like it's gonna be a tarnish in a real Brooklyn nigga mouth. It's just real. It's just like Harlem niggas. Like it's just like Harlem niggas and like Harlem niggas. I said about the BX, but them Harlem niggas, like they kind of funny when it come about each other. When you fuck with them Harlem niggas, them niggas kind of different. You know what I'm saying? They'll find a tough nigga. Them niggas got a bunch of motherfucking money. Them Harlem niggas, they will find a goddamn tough nigga to stop to eradicate the problem. You know what I'm saying? But when he separated himself away from Shine as far as defense and counsel, that was like another strike. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, the young boy out there, he's standing tall. You know what I'm saying? The nigga Drac and them niggas, rest in peace to Drac. Like certain niggas, they was really serious. Puff wasn't like niggas. That shit started over a nigga pulling some money out and slapping Puff in the face. Like, nigga, you ain't one of us, nigga. And we got money. That's how that shit started. Nigga pulled his money out, slapped Puff in the face. Blah! Money all over the place. And that shit started a motherfucking bad boy situation. But when he decided to have different counsel and they just left Shine for dead, I'm like, oh, shit. But look how the Most High worked. After he went through that situation, Shine got extradited back to Belize. Now he's the prime minister of Belize. See, it seems like a problem when you're going through it, but God got the reason why it's happening. See, he would have never thought when he was in jail during that time for being what we call a real nigga would lead to his future and him being able to go back to his country and help his country more than he ever imagined. See, he was trying to do right for his moms and his grandmother and them with the rap situation. His moms in Flatbush, his grandmother, his great uncle and them out there in Belize. He was trying to send that bread back to help building a house for his moms, so et cetera, et cetera. Now, he's in Belize, the prime minister of Belize, the head capitan, the presidente of Belize. So a lot of the hardships that he grew up with, a lot of the lack of assistance from the government that they did not have, he is now personally responsible for the administrators' connections. This nigga was on CNN talking about that shit. Like, this nigga is allowed, and you know, like this is like, think about that. When you can go to the United Nations and give your input on something that's pertaining to your country, see, this is all a blessing in disguise. So that's the only thing really with Puff. That shit with Big, I don't know Puff had nothing to do with that. Unfortunately, the instincts that I have because of how I was raised and where I come from, yeah, that leads me to believe that Puff might have had something to do with it. That's a fact. That's a fact, because usually the nigga that kill you come to your funeral where I come from. Sad reality. I haven't really seen that in the South. There's one thing I will say I have for where I'm at in the South, I haven't seen that yet. But let me tell you something. Where I'm from in Brooklyn, usually when they get killed, the nigga that killed them is at the funeral. But sometimes, man, I don't even want to talk about shit, man. I don't even know why I be talking about shit sometimes, y'all. And this ain't no allegedly. Sometimes the nigga that's in that casket, the nigga that paid for the funeral is who killed him, nigga. I'm talking about the nigga that paying for the funeral killed him. Mr. I think myself said, I don't know why people shot all of those music executives and owners are grimy, including Puff. Now, see, this is what I mean. Hold on, Holly said, Dice, Lopez team told her to leave. She was losing sponsorships, L'Oreal, etc. Puff was bad for her business. Nah, Jennifer Lopez went in the crib and her mom started saying, Cállate la boca. That's what happened. Jennifer Lopez got one of them real mothers from the Bronx. Fuck L'Oreal. L'Oreal ain't got nothing over good dick and excitement. Believe that. That motherfucker thought she was a rapper when Puff was fucking with her. See, let me tell y'all something. I'm going to tell y'all something because you might not remember this show. It was an MTV show. for all this situation happened with Puff, when it was Jennifer Lopez and Puff had cut her off. That's my word. They was talking about Jennifer Lopez on some lifestyle, some other shit, and her mom said she didn't want to come out her room because of that boy. And the nigga Puff popped up at her crib. Jennifer Lopez, on my mother's grave, was laying in a bed in a Sean Jones sweater top with some tights on, eyes bloodshot red. When her mother said he at the damn door, yo, you'd have thought she was in St. John's Park on the monkey bars. It's like she damn near slid down the balcony. She ran at that nigga like she was in the Olympics, like she was Jackie Joyner Cursor. I never seen nobody move so fast. She jumped in his arms and started licking that nigga in his face. If a woman start licking you in the face, she love you, nigga. Ladies, if your man is comfortable enough walking up on you and licking you in your motherfucking face, that's real love right there. That's real love. She said she was getting real. She probably saw who he was turning into. Pay attention. That was 20 years ago. 24, 25 years ago. She probably saw who he was turning into that scared her. She probably seen the situations that was going on around her where, unfortunately, people that was around him were losing their lives or going to jail or federal investigations. He said, well, let me lick your face. That's the only thing I really got a bad parch in my head about Puff. Now, if it comes out that he didn't have nothing to do with Big, that nigga just a cold-blooded motherfucking businessman in my eyes. Because, yeah, it's being a cold-blooded businessman is against the law. But he ain't the first one. He ain't the first one. And he said something in a speech that was real deep when he was saying, black people, we the only people that don't have nothing. He says about time for us to start getting some money. That shit kind of like hit me different. Like, damn. He was like, we the only conglomerate race that don't have nothing, or the ones that do have the money that can help turn people's lives around. They stay to themselves. They stay to themselves. They don't care to help the other people no more. That's why them purges happen. That's why them purges is going on. Go watch the movie Purge. Like, really, really pay attention to the movie Purge, man. That shit is unfolding right in front of our eyes, y'all. Do me a favor. Remember where y'all heard this information from, man. Another day alive, another day free. Y'all know the rest. Set your bell notification. Peace.
Another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? It's knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Man, woman, and children. Sun, moon, and stars. Everything exists, has to coexist within. Like I said, another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me?